Now I want you to close your eyes for just a moment and imagine the most amazing product that you've ever used. Got it? Now you're trying to describe this product to someone else, but there's a catch. You can't use the name of the product, and you also can't describe what it looks like. You can only describe how it made you feel and what it does. That's the problem that entrepreneurs face on a day-to-day level, as they're trying to explain products and services that people have not used yet. And that's also why storytelling can be such a secret weapon for entrepreneurs. In the next few minutes, we'll be talking a little bit more about why storytelling is so crucial for people of all different sorts, but especially entrepreneurs, even if you don't think you're creative. We'll discuss how to craft a story that really captivates your audience, and then we'll talk about 3 key elements that make your stories and messages more persuasive to the audiences that you're talking to. Entrepreneurs often have to make their ideas come to life in people's minds before they've experienced or seen them. And good storytelling can create a vivid image in people's heads, turning something that's invisible into something almost tangible. For entrepreneurs, storytelling can help your idea become more memorable in people's heads in a world where there's so much information. And it's why you might not remember the math equation that you had to learn in class, but you do remember the funny story that your friend told you last week. Storytelling can also help simplify concepts that are hard to understand for any audience, young or old. And most importantly, storytelling helps build trust and connection with your listeners. It shows them that you, like them, are human and understand the problems and challenges that they're going through. People don't just buy products, they buy stories and solutions to their problems. One key concept when it comes to storytelling is the idea of showing, not telling. When you're explaining a concept, don't just tell someone that your idea is great. Really make them feel and experience it. For example, let's just say that you're creating an app that helps people find master's programs abroad based on their experiences and needs. You could just say something like, oh, I have an app that helps people find master's programs abroad, which, let's be real, isn't that exciting. Alternatively, you could create an experience around it. For example, imagine spending hundreds of hours going through different websites and then going through different embassy pages, trying to find the perfect master's program and all the details required to apply for that program. Now, picture having all that information tailored to your experiences right at your fingertips. That's what our app does. It saves students all those hours that I spent trying to find the right master's program by providing you with an educational consultant right in your pocket. Showing, not telling is about creating a mental movie in your audience's heads. You're creating vivid imagery that engages all of the different senses for your audience, and you're trying to create a connection and a sense of trust by showing them that you understand what they're experiencing. Every good story follows a pattern called the storytelling arc. And understanding and using a storytelling arc in your messages can help you consistently communicate compelling stories. The storytelling arc consists of a few different sections, starting off with the setup. This is that once upon a time moment where you are introducing the characters, the situation, what is happening before all the change. That leads into your inciting incident, and this is your aha moment. This is the moment that you realize that something needs to change in the situation, that there's a problem that needs to be solved, and you're about to go on a journey. After the inciting incident, you have your rising action, and this is your journey to solve the problem that you have, start addressing the change that needs to happen, and along the way, you encounter different conflicts. And these are different moments where you face obstacles that allow your audience to root for you and hope for your success. Eventually, all this leads into the climax, which is the make or break moment, that big moment where the audience is holding their breath, waiting to see if everything will succeed or whether they will fail. And then following the climax is the resolution, and that's the aftermath of the climax. How did your solution change things? What happened? How did things change for the better or for the worse? Now let's put this into an example in a business context by using the app that helps you find master's programs as an example. So how this might look in the storytelling arc might look like the following. As a student, I struggled to find the right master's program based on my needs. And after eventually making it to grad school, I realized that thousands of students face the same challenges as I did, and that really motivated me to help find a solution for this problem. So that sparked a journey where I went back to my old documents, my old spreadsheets, looking at all the different information that I had looked into, trying to gather more information to help others with this same problem. But I came up with another challenge. The sheer volume of changing data was overwhelming. Different programs were starting and stopping, different requirements were being introduced in different countries. And then it really hit me. What if we could use technology and community to keep this information accessible and up to date? So I enlisted the help of other students who are looking for their master's programs to continue updating this program. And after months of hard work, late nights, and a little too much coffee, we finally launched our app. And now students can fill out their profile with their interests, what they're looking for in a master's degree, and they'll be able to find matches along with updated information about the different requirements for these programs. This structure works for any story. Just choose your favorite movie, your favorite book, and you'll be able to plot it onto this storytelling arc. So next time, try putting your own business idea into the storytelling arc as well. One nuance with business storytelling, in contrast with traditional storytelling, is that you're not just trying to evoke feelings out of an audience, but you're also usually trying to get the audience to do something, whether that's to use a service or buy a product and so on. To make your stories especially persuasive, you can use 3 compelling techniques that come from ancient Greek rhetoric: pathos, logos, and ethos. Pathos is all about emotion, and it's appealing to people's feelings and values. You're trying to answer the question in people's heads of why should they care about what you're saying? And you're doing this through stories, inspirational quotes, vivid imagery, or what this might look like in practice is saying something like, picture the excitement of starting your dream master's program in a new country, all because you found the perfect fit through our app. Here, you're trying to get your audience to feel excited by putting them in a situation where they can imagine themselves being excited. That's pathos. Next, you have logos, or logic, and this is really focused on the logical, reason-driven sides of our brains. And you're trying to answer the question that people have in their heads of, what evidence do you have that supports what you're saying? You do this by providing facts, statistics, research, comparisons, logical consistency in what you're saying, all in order to persuade your audience. In practice, this might look like saying, our app has helped 10,000 students find programs, and based on our research, we saw that there was a 95% satisfaction rate and an average of 50 hours saved per student. Lastly, we have ethos, which is about credibility. You're trying to establish trust through expertise and testimonials, and you're answering the question that audiences have in their mind of, why should I trust you and what you're saying? And you're doing this by providing credentials, qualifications, a good personal brand, credible sources. Those all establish trust in what you're saying. In practice, this might look like saying, we've partnered with 50 universities, and our team of education experts have all been through the process of applying for international graduate programs themselves. Think of these 3 things as your storytelling superpowers, and using all 3 of them in messaging can make your stories really, really persuasive. Storytelling is not just something that you read in books or watch in movies or TV shows. It's really a powerful way of communicating ideas to different audiences and making sure that those ideas are actually heard by the people that you're talking to. So next time, if you are pitching an idea, or maybe you just want to persuade your friend to go check out that restaurant that you really want to go to, try using some storytelling techniques. Humans are naturally born to be storytellers, and now you have the tools to be an even better one.